Hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel, Stephsgotit, and tonight I am going to do a very late whipping chat. I'm trying to get on a schedule here, but life keeps interfering, as well as interfering with my diamond painting time. So tonight I figured, instead of trying to edit one of my unboxings of some paintings of my China mail paintings, I figured I'll do a whipping chat, and then I can kind of at least have that done for this week and have posted, and then I can work on editing my my unboxings so that I can show you what I got from China. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I do have a list of questions to keep me on a specific topic and keep things light and airy. And we'll go ahead and get our timer set. So we've got our 1 minute, hour, and press. Alright, so we're ready to start. I hope everyone has had a great week and looking forward to a awesome weekend. This is Mother's Day weekend, so that's really exciting. And let's see. I took the questions, the DP questionnaire that was going around. I'm going to continue to work on the big one tonight because I didn't get to work on it all week and I haven't made as much progress as I have in this corner. So we're going to put the little trial size one away. Put that up here. I subbed today for Zumba, so I'm coming after putting my head down on the table and falling asleep in the kitchen. My husband woke me up and says, I'm going to Sam's. And I thought, well, this is a good time to do one because I'm going to be studying later, so I won't get the chance to really do much later on. I am a new sub at this university. I gotta get this wax out. At this university here, and they have a wellness center. And it was so funny because I did the interview and went through everything and went to HR. I got all my paperwork in at HR, and I was just waiting on the official word, even though I know that she liked me and wanted me. So I was waiting on my paperwork and everything to become official. And lo and behold, last Wednesday, so this goes with the kid up goes with that, I got the word that it was official. It was so funny, y'all. She sent me an email saying, "You're hired. Congratulations. Can you sub tonight?" Then another email that said, "Can you sub for the next 2 weeks on these days, these days, these days, these days?" Because one of the instructors had surgery on her knee and was going to be out. And I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, that's what I signed up for, to be the sub. So I'll start subbing away. So tonight was one of those nights subbing for her. And it was, that didn't pick up. It was 2 classes. She does a 1 o'clock to 2, and then what's up with that? It's not picking up. And then a 3 to 4. So I might be a little tired. It's the first time I've done 2. Well, what the heck is going on here? Might be the first time I've done 2 classes in one. Maybe my little wax is drying out from being in this thing. So, and then the air broke, y'all. Well, it didn't break. The lights bounced out at 9:15 that morning. And apparently they didn't realize that it had taken out all the air upstairs and stuff, because the lights blinked right back on. So they thought, oh, okay, well, no worries. It was worry. I almost passed out. That room was so freaking hot. And you know, it's not their fault. They didn't realize that it had done that, but man, I almost passed out because I get overheated very easily and I go into coughing fits. And yeah, so it was a tough class for me in that aspect. So let's zoom in and get you down what you want to see, which is the diamond painting. Ooh, okay, well, here we go. Okay, so that, oops, sorry, I don't know what I did here. Well, this is live. This is what you get. No editing. Well, not live, but no editing. I don't know why this won't stay all of a sudden. Oh, because my arm. Alright, so I'm going to edit that out because this is crazy. Let's get that where it makes sense to you. Alright. Oop, this over here. This is a new setup. Again, I'm moving this plastic camera in every angle that I can to try and find new setups, or at least to just get comfortable. Alright, so again, I had that experience. So I was hot and very much overheated. This camera's on the wrong side because I need to be able to see these symbols. Okay. Well, that didn't work as great as I had thought it would. Well, I'll just come over here and see if you can follow me. You can see all my junk over here in this corner. Alright. Can you go up higher? No, you're good. Okay. This is the bad side of the table because I can't. Alright, so that new angle was great for unboxing, but it was not good for whipping chats. So I had to go back to my old standby. Let's see. Let's get our timer. Alright, so I think I was talking about the job. I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. I'm going to try my best to stay out of this camera's way. And let's see, what do we want to do? Let's go with the double. Well, there's only a few of those. Let's go with 318. So, like I said, I got the questions to kind of help me stay on task with something to talk about. And hopefully more upbeat to talk about. And I took some of the questions from the forum, but alright. We're gonna go with whatever this says and look like because I need to get this done before my patience goes completely out. Let's see what we want. We want to start with 318 is what we said. I had to change to the old way, but I can't exactly get the camera right where I had it because I don't exactly remember exactly where it was. So we're just gonna get going. I think I was saying that I did not do all of the questions from this DP questionnaire, but I did some of them, and then I just threw in some of my own stuff that I thought might be interesting to talk about and to entertain you while you are, sorry about that, while you are doing your DPs as well. So is that 318? Yes. Alright. The first thing I thought would be a funny story. And this is a recent, where is the plate? This is a recent thing that has happened last year, the year before. I don't know where that plate went, so we'll just grab this one. My husband and I, like I said, we've been married. This will be going on our 9th year. And we always seem to be going on some type of ocean water activity which is interesting considering the fact that I cannot swim. I think I've told you this before, but I can float, so I really don't have any particular worries because I can float very easily. I can relax to float very easily. And I've got a life jacket on, so I'm not super stressed about it. Anyway, so on this particular anniversary, this was last year, I think, or the year before, we went on a cruise. I love cruises. I love going on cruises. And we went to Costa Maya and, oh, what was the other? Costa Maya and whatever the other island is close by. Well, on both those trips, we decided to do water activities, of course. And one was power snorkeling. So it's the same as snorkeling, but you have this device that kind of pulls you through the water and guides you through. And that was in Costa Maya. No, that wasn't Costa Maya. Cozumel. That's where we went. We went to Costa Maya and Cozumel. Costa Maya. I don't know how you say it. Anyway. And then the other one in Costa Maya, we went what's called snuba. And snuba is a combination of scuba diving and snorkeling. You know what? I think that wax dried out in this container. So well, it's certainly going to dry out now because I'm not bending over to pick up that freaking top. So we had just take that one, put that one on top of there, and bam. The funny one was snuba. Now snuba is like you have all the same gear that you have on when you go scuba diving, except the scuba suit. You don't need the scuba suit, but you do have a hose and a tank, and the tank is actually a little boat that floats above everyone. And what the heck? All the wax came out. What is up with this pen? Woosah. Diamond painting is relaxing. Diamond painting is joy. Whew. But this wax is getting on my freaking nerves. So snuba, right? Okay. So everybody is hooked up to a line, and the line, instead of being hooked to the tank on your back, everyone's tank is hooked up to a main little boat that floats over your head, and that is where our air is coming from. All right, the funny part, because you watched me spaz out about this freaking pen. The funny part, the guy's given us instruction. We've sat through the little class, and we've had our little training through class of what to do and not to do, be aware of, blah 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 blah. And so we get out there, and he walks us out into the ocean from, and not like you walk out from a beach to the ocean. I mean, you could have been over your head very quickly. That's how close it was. It was more like off a little place that they had just created just so they could have people walk out, you know, to experiment first. And then there were slippery rocks under us, and so your feet were very slippery if you weren't careful. And there were lots of big rocks, not little rocks. And anyway, so we get out there, and you have to put on your flippers in the freaking water while the ocean is rocking you side to side. Yes, I don't have the greatest balance because I've not been on it these past few years, but so we get the freaking flappers on, and now they put this mask on our face, and they want us to breathe out of the mask. You know, so you get, and then go under the water so you get a feel for it instead of putting it on and then getting out there and freaking out. So they want you to get a feel for it. Okay, cool. So we get the mask on, tells you to breathe through it, and tells you how to pop it if too much water gets in it. I mean, if you feel like you're in the water and you feel like you say you get a little water under there, they teach you how to stay under the water and get rid of the water out of the mask without drowning. So you have to practice. Look at that. You have to practice all these things while you're standing there. Okay, cool. We get through all of that. We get through the training and the videos and all that stuff. And it's finally time for me to put on the mask and go underwater and let myself, you know, feel how it feels. I put on the mask. I do a little breathing right there on top. And then I go under the water. Now, y'all, in lies my problem with learning to swim. Being under the water. The level, the top of the water. I got in that water. And all of a sudden, panic mode sets in. I'm flaying around like a freaking fish out of water, panicking. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. Flopping around in the water. And y'all, bless this poor little instructor. He says, "Mommy, mommy." I love how Mexicans call everybody mommy. He says, "Mommy, mommy, stand up." And y'all, I put my feet down and stood up. The water came to my knees, maybe mid-thigh. And I'm just acting a fool. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. I'm drowning. I can't breathe. And he's like, "Mommy, stand up." I know he wanted to say, "You idiot, just stand up." But it was so hilarious. After the fact, it wasn't hilarious as it was happening, but we were just laughing like, dang, really? You just being all kind of extra. And I'm a bit razzled now because I'm tired and whatever, so I probably left out some juicy bits of the story, but I told you as best as I could remember right now because I'm just But I'm slowly relaxing. The more trills I lay down, the more relaxed I get, the better I feel. Yes. Oh, yes. This is almost better than chocolate. Almost. And I say that about few things in life. Being a chocoholic. Alright. So, that was pretty funny. And then of course we got out there, and they can put these, you'll end up going deep under the water. They don't take you all the way out in the ocean. They keep you pretty close to the shore. And so we went under the water. It was beautiful. You got to see life under the water as it is, with all the reefs and fishies and things like that. And so we had a good time. Now, you can they teach you how to breathe so that you sink deeper into the water, and how to breathe so that you rise up in the water. Well, after that knee-high in water incident, I decided that just to be on the safe side, I'm going to wear the weighted belts. They have weighted belts for people who don't want to submerge completely into the water. So in other words, you'll just float, you'll skim on top, and you'll have your head underwater, and you'll be able to see everybody, but you're not able to submerge yourself, sink down into the water. And so they have a little belt that you can put, what is that? 3861. They have a little belt that you can put on so that it keeps you, a weighted belt, so that it keeps you on top of the water. So I chose to wear that and my husband did not. And I tell you, the minute I got out there in that water, ability to swim or no, I regretted having that belt on, because I wanted to get a close view and I could not because I had that belt on. Look at these lovebirds stuck together in the moment. I wanted to be able to sink down and see the details of things that he was showing them. And then several times I also kind of got wrapped up in the tank ways. I got in the way of the tank. So I had to kind of monitor where it was and where my husband was, because bless his heart, he did not want to leave me. All right, I heard the click that time, and it's close enough where I can hear it and do something about it. So I convinced my husband to go ahead down there and, you know, get himself a good look and enjoy the scenery. Great. First it was beaded, now it's all static. And I'll get those out later. So he goes down, I'm able to watch him and watch everybody else. And a couple of times I tried to do the breathing thing to force myself to sink. But again, that weighted belt would not allow me to do so. But it was beautiful and everything went well, and we got to see a lot. He got to see more detail than I did, but we had a good time. So all is well. I did not drown that day, blessedly. A cool thing that happened to me is about my wedding day. When my husband and I got engaged and decided to get married, I began the dreaded process. I did not enjoy it. It was dreaded process of looking for a wedding dress. And the reason it was dreaded is because I had to have a modest wedding dress for the ceremony that we were going to have. We were going to be sealed together, and I needed to have a modest dress for the temple ceremony. Long sleeve, covering everything, and, modest. Now, we discovered very quickly that the world has a very different view of what a modest wedding dress is. That is the most stressful time I have ever had in my life in fashion. We would call stores and say, hey, do you have a modest wedding dress? And they're like, oh yeah, sure. We get there, it's strapless. Well, I said modest, no skin. What is up with this? We get to another place, it's a two-piece. Now, everybody has their own style, and I'm not knocking anyone, but to me, on the day that I want to be the most beautiful girl in the world, why in the heck would I want to wear a two-piece wedding dress? He doesn't need to get to see that until after the ceremony. So, no. Anyway, we went from shop to shop. We went in our town, all the little towns surrounding us. I mean, we were everywhere shopping for a dress. Then we found out that my best friend got engaged as well. So even the two of us went together looking for wedding dresses. And she found one. I think she got a strapless wedding dress, and she was beautiful on her wedding day. We both had our natural hair, our afros out, and she wore a little crown. I wore a beaded headband that pushed my hair back into a gorgeous little poof that my husband calls my natural crown. And so when I first began searching for a dress, we went online looking at all these various pictures. And the one and only, and I mean one and only dress that I enjoyed, that I loved first sight and wanted to get, was that online. And I'd made my mind up, that's the one. That, that's the only dress that I've liked through this whole process. Because my friend, she was dragging me from picture to picture to picture. And she enjoys stuff like that. She's one of those people who goes house visiting, on the sale days just to look at the houses. I don't enjoy that kind of stuff. So she took me to site after site after site. This is before we hit all the stores. I'm a lousy storyteller tonight. I'm all out of order. But anyway, so I fell in love with that dress. Okay? It was a done deal for me. That was the dress. Then, on a visit with someone, I showed them the dress and told them how, I love this dress. It's the only one I've seen that I loved. And the person's response was, well, I don't know that dress would look good on you because you have a little pooch from your pregnancies and your C-sections. Yeah, I wasn't no angel when I got married to my husband. And, but I still wanted my wedding ceremony to be modest. And my husband and I had maintained boundaries while we were dating. So, yeah, anyway. So, she was like, yeah, I don't think that will look good on you because you have that pouch from your pregnancies and your C-section. Crushed my heart. Okay? And that's not easy to do. And she wasn't everybody was mad when I disclosed that, but she wasn't coming from a malicious place. She's not that type of person. But she was just thinking, of how it might look. And she'd had some struggles herself with weight, so she was very aware of sizing and weights and things like that. So I don't think that for a minute that she was coming from a malicious place, because she had been so loving and kind, and we were going to be family. And she actually called me. Y'all, this dress had stressed me out so bad that we had planned to go visit this person, and I was just so overwhelmed by shopping for a modest wedding dress at this point, and I was crying and just really depressed about it because it was really taking over my entire joy of what was happening. And she'd called me and offered to go shopping with me when I came to visit, so to look for a dress and all these things, and just kind of talked to me. And that started our relationship, and which is good because we were going to be family. So, yeah. And after that, we went shopping for dress after dress after dress. Again, we had already been looking, but now we're looking again because now I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, maybe she's right. So on the umpteenth thousand store that we go to, my husband and I meet on the interstate between two cities because I have to teach a belly dance class that night, and I hadn't eaten. And he knew that Church's Chicken was one of my favorite places. So he had bought me a big box of Church's chicken and wanted to give it to me before I went to class, which was great, except I can't eat before I do a belly dance class. I can't have a full stomach. So I took the chicken and I took it with me, and later me and the girls ate it. But I was again back to this point of being distraught and upset that this dress was taking over what was supposed to be one of the sweetest moments of my life, and I couldn't even enjoy it because I'm so stressed out about this stupid modest wedding dress. So I don't remember if my husband said it or I said it, but someone said there was a store in Atlanta. We're in Alabama. There's a store in Atlanta that is familiar with the type of wedding dresses that we in our sealing ceremony have to wear. They understand what I mean when I say modest. And so, y'all, I kid you not, this is true story. This is how it went down. My husband and I standing on a little cut on the interstate with a box of Church's chicken and our cell phones. He calls this store and I tell the lady, I'm tired. I'm just tired. Do you have a modest wedding dress, a size 14, in your store right now, right this moment? I need it for an LDS ceremony. And she said, yeah, I do. And I said, can you ship it to me? My fiance at that time pulls out his credit card, gives me the credit card. And I said, I tell you what, just ship it to me. And she starts trying to describe the dress. I said, lady, is the dress a size 14? She said, yes. I said, I don't care. Is it modest? She said, yes. I said, I don't care about anything else. Just send me the freaking dress. I gave her his credit card over the phone and had her ship a size 14 wedding dress to me that I had absolutely no idea what it looked like. I did not know of any websites for her store. I did not know anyone who had ever been to her store personally. I didn't know if they were shady. I didn't know if they had poor material. I didn't know anything, including what this particular dress looked like. And I gave that woman that credit card information. And I said, ship me that dress right now. That's the one that we're going to go with. I don't care what it looks like. Which is interesting because I cared what the other one looked like. But this shows you just how stressed I was about this stupid dress. Wedding dress has taken over my life. I can't enjoy the being engaged and the thought of being married because I'm stressed out about this freaking dress. So they shipped the dress. My husband and I literally did a sigh of relief and just kind of leaned against the car like, it is done. I took my box of chicken and I went to the studio, and everybody thought I had lost my freaking mind because I had ordered a wedding dress sight unseen. No. There's that click. And my daughter gave me a book off of my Amazon list, which was on this camera, Canon Rebel for Dummies book. That's I had it on my wish list, but I was just biding my time to buy it, and she sent it to me for Mother's Day. I'm going to try and see if it tells me why this thing clicks off every 12 minutes. But anyway, back to the dress. We're going to write a book about this because, y'all, I'm just giving you like the top parts. I'm not giving you the deep down stuff that was going on about this dress. So my husband and I said one day we're going to write a book and call it It's About the Dress, or It's Not About the Dress, something like that. Anyway, So again, I'm, enjoying the night. A couple of days later, this box arrives. I think this, I forget the name of the store, White Elegance or something like that. I know it wasn't. It was a store in Atlanta. I don't know what it was. So I get this box, and I'm like, the dress is here. I need to try it on and see if it fits, because I was made aware that some wedding dresses come in one size, but they're often 2 or 3 sizes different, so that you can take it up and down as you need to before the ceremony. So I opened it so that I could not see what it looks like, but so I can try it on to know if I need to take it to an alteration shop, because at that time I was not sewing. Even if I had been sewing, I wouldn't have altered it. I would have taken it to a shop. So I opened the box, and lo and behold, I kid you not, in that box was the dress that I had drooled over from the very beginning, that I was eventually talked out of. If that wasn't a little tender mercy from God, then I don't know what was. I was floored that after everything I had gone through, after all the pain, the painful driving from city to city, from store to store, to be let down, even if I call ahead of time and ask, I was still let down when I got there. To end up buying a dress, sight unseen, blind basically, buying a dress blind, I end up with the only freaking dress, wedding dress, that I had loved through this whole adventure of wedding dresses for my wedding. And let me tell you, now I did have to have it sized. As a matter of fact, I was listening to my friend who sewed tell me, oh, well, get it, the lady to size it this size. That was an error, because that was too small. So I had to take it back to the alteration shop again, with my husband sitting outside in the parking lot, purposefully looking the opposite direction, because he didn't want to ruin that moment of seeing me on my wedding day in my wedding dress for the first time. Because there are windows in the shop when they bring you in front of the mirror and everything, so everybody could see you. Anybody walking by or in the parking lot could see you. So it had to be altered a second time. And I tell you what, I rocked that freaking dress. I got so many compliments on how good I look in that dress and how beautiful I was. And it felt good. And yeah, I still had a little pouch, but because I had been losing weight anyway, having nothing to do with the wedding, just process of time, you drop a few more pounds and things even out. And I had just gotten down to I actually ordered a size 12 dress, and we had to let it out to a 14, because I've always yo-yoed, but I was yo-yoing because I was focused on getting healthier and stuff like that. So of course, and then the stress of that dress nearly took me out, so I had to have it resized. I looked pretty darn good. Not pretty darn good. I looked fabulous. And it could have been because I was happy too. Everybody said I had a glow, and I was, looked beautiful and was happy. And I'll have to show you the picture because it was party. And I ended up having an awesome wedding day. We did not do a lot of decoration, a lot of setting up for guests, because we knew that 3 other people from our ward were having ceilings also. So again, listening to somebody else, because my husband had been in 3 wards in this stake. What's how we call them, our churches. They come in wards, which are within the stake, which are within a district area or whatever. And so he knew a lot of people. I, having been in a couple of positions, also knew a lot of people in the church and had lots of friends. My husband invited everybody he knows, and I kid you not, that means church members, work friends, Toastmaster friends from 5 cities, church members from 3 or 4 cities, family. I mean, he sent out so many invitations that it's not even possible. So we had standing room, which I did not prepare for. We actually had to have more tables and chairs brought out. We didn't get to eat any food because I spent the entire night walking around, shaking people's hands and thanking everyone for being there. The only piece... Hey, you back?
I'm home with lots of frozen food.
Home with lots of frozen food. Does that mean you need help putting away the frozen food?
Otherwise it'll just be kind of random and we won't like it.
Okay. Let me finish this story, and then I will pause, and then I will come put the frozen stuff away, and then I'll come back and finish this. It's a whipping chat, so I told him that he could walk in the room on a whipping chat, but not on the other videos, the unbaggings. So, all right, give me a second. I'm talking about the dress. And so we ended up having to have more tables and chairs brought out. Like I said, we didn't get to eat any food. We were walking around just thanking people because we were so honored that they had chosen to do some other things for the other families and then be there for us. And my belly dance sisters were there. We got a cool picture together. My people from my job were there. His job. Our Toastmasters club. One of my dear friends that I was living with, that I had moved into with her before we got married so that we can wrap that house up. She was there with her neighbor. You know, it was like everybody came. And it was pretty cool. So I was tired and my feet hurt. But I got to thank everybody personally for coming to this reception and making it really special for us. My first marriage, his second marriage. My husband was a widower. And that dress, baby, it ain't no joke. I was no joke that day. You couldn't tell me nothing about that dress. So that is the story of the dress. The dress that wasn't meant to be, that was actually meant to be. Alright, so I'm going to go help him put away the frozen veggies before I end up with veggies in places that they should not be. We are at... oh, well, we only have 10 minutes and 46 seconds left anyway. So you know what? I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I'm sorry I didn't get to any of this stuff. Just yapping about me. But I will use these next week. I will go through all the ones that I have picked out and go over them. So, but you at least have a funny story about me, and then a really beautiful kind of fairy princess wedding thing kind of thing. So it's all about the dress. And one day I'll show it to you because I plan to get accustomed in that dress. Yeah. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for sitting and painting with me. I wish that we could actually meet in person and paint and talk back and forth with each other. That would be really cool. My friend Shelly and I did that, and we're going to do it again over the summer if schoolwork doesn't get in the way. I started another class this semester, and I'm already 2 weeks behind because I forgot to go look at this stuff after I registered. I thought the break was longer than what it was, or either I was wishful thinking. But that's what we got done tonight. Seems like I talked longer than that, but I guess not. As always, if you are having a good day, help someone else have a good day. Love and Shimmies. I will post an unboxing, bagging, China mail DP today is Tuesday, maybe Friday. I'll post one somewhere in there. I'm going to get on a regular schedule and I'll let you know what that is, but I do plan to do one whipping chat, preferably on a Monday night, to post it on a Monday night, and then maybe on a Wednesday or a Thursday post a diamond painting unboxing or a diamond painting tool unboxing. I also have a toolkit, and so I have some good stuff I think that you'll enjoy seeing. And so come on back. If you're not a subscriber of my channel, let me take this time to invite you to do so. And while you're at it, don't forget to click the notification little bell so that you'll be notified whenever I put a video up, whether it is planned or not. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't, you can always feel free to do a thumb down. You do you, boo. It cut off somewhere in there. I wasn't listening. Thank you for joining me. Again, thank you so much for stopping by and sitting with me and painting with me. Maybe one day we'll get to paint together across the table from each other. It'll be really fun to talk and carry on that way. My friend Shelly and I did that, and we plan to do it again over the summer. Schoolwork providing. But thank you so much. I appreciate you coming by. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the content that you're seeing, and let me know what other content you might like to see that I could help with. Click the subscribe button, and don't forget to click that little bell so that you get to be notified whenever I decide to download a video. I will for sure do a whipping chat every week and one diamond painting related unbagging a week until I've gone through everything I have. So come on back and have a good night. And remember, if you're having a good day, help someone else have a good day. Love and Shimmies, hun.